the favorites. But let me be clear about something. The Toronto Raptors look very impressive. And the Washington Wizards, keep your eyes on them, Skip Bayless, with Nene and Morton Gortat on that front line with the acquisition of Paul Pierce, who is huge, a champion and a future Hall of Famer and a leader, with John Wall and Bradley Beal, who is the closest thing to an Allen Houston that I have seen. Let me tell you something. The Washington Wizards are coming. But with that being said, the Bulls are still the favorites because we know they've got the size, they defend, they're exceptionally well coached, and the only question mark is Derrick Rose. Obviously, Joakim Noah's got to get his knees together. We hope that he's okay. But Derrick Rose is the question mark for this team. And Tom Thibodeau said what needed to be said because somebody is asking about fatigue. Like, when you talk, he basically saying, what the hell are you talking about fatigue? The dude hasn't played. What do you mean? How can you be tired and you haven't been playing?
Yep.
I don't understand that. So the only way for him to get it together and to learn the difference between being injured and being hurt and really working his way through it is to go out there with nicks and knacks. Go out there not feeling necessarily 100% and just ball, because Derrick Rose is a superstar when healthy. But you got to play through some things because everything can't be utopia over an 82-game stretch and beyond in this league. It's just unheard of. And Tom Thibodeau was sending that message, and he was right to do so.
I'm with you on this one. I don't think Coach Thibodeau was exasperated at Derrick as much as he was at having to answer this question again, because it just comes back, and it comes back, and it comes back. And he basically is saying, I just need him to play. And the more he plays, he's going to take off, as the coach said. And he will if Derrick Rose can trust his own body. This is where I disagreed with your preseason pick. Although I must tell you, there are some nights I watch the Bulls without Derrick Rose. I think they're good enough without him to win the East on some nights, just to your original point. But
especially the way Jimmy Butler's playing.
Wow, you got that right. And with the addition of Gasol, if he can, as you point about his health, but
the finished Paul Gasol. Remember, Skip, the finished Gasol, who just didn't have it anymore, averaging 18 and 10 for them. For carries for
I know.
The Lakers thought he was finished.
I know.
Whatever.
That's a very good point.
Thank you.
But he is fitting in better than I thought he would quickly fit. Now you talk about Noah coming back. Anyway, it's a loaded basketball team, and if you have a healthy Derrick Rose, which I think is a huge if, you have the best team pretty easily, I think, right now in the Eastern Conference. Now, back to Derrick Rose. I don't know what's going on in his psyche. He is starting to remind me, or maybe I should say, I'm going to do the reverse. Robert Griffin III is reminding me of Derrick Rose, in that I think both of these young, sensational athletes, after major injuries, don't completely trust their body anymore. They're not sure about it. They're not sure they can explode the way they used to. Although when Derrick played last night, he was really good. 18 points and 5 assists in about 24 and a half minutes. Made 3 threes. So when I've seen the flashes of him, he looks like the old Derrick Rose. But as you know and I know, can you really trust his health going forward? I don't know, because I'm not sure in his psyche if he trusts his health. Is that fair to say?
I think that's fair to say. I mean, listen, the issue has been his health. I certainly would never accuse him of faking injuries.
No,
anything like that. I know he wants to play. I know he wishes he was out there playing. I know all of that stuff. But, again, you know some of the things that he said. You just can't say some of those things because you give the impression that basketball is not the priority that it needs to be when those words come oozing out of your mouth. And I think that was a mistake on his part. But the biggest issue that he has, Skip, you can get to a point where you're on the court petrified of being hurt as opposed to just playing. And I think that that's what Tom Thibodeau was talking about.
This is just me. I will be shocked if Derrick Rose is able to stay healthy the rest of the year. And I hope I'm wrong about that for his sake, but I will be shocked.
I'm praying that he does, because if he does, Chicago's coming out of the East.
We wish him well, obviously. And look, coming up after the break, the Yankees are in trouble because Boston, you heard what happened at Boston, right? The Red Sox are loaded. They are deep. What should they do to get back at their rivals? That's the question we will discuss.
Here we go.
After the break. Stephen A., I think, may weigh in on this. I'm not for sure.